better in a lot of our game, but I think our guys have been doing a great job recently, and like I said tonight, there was a lot of good in our game, just didn't get the result.
A lot of chances in the third to close it out, especially a 5-on-3 power play. I'm curious, how often do teams or does your team work on a 5-on-3? Because most of the time you're working on the power play or other different things, but is it hard to at least get to something like a 5-on-3?
Yeah, we do practice it, but yeah, they are rare, and it's one of those things you have to be ready. And the good news is you usually have great players on the ice, and their instincts will take over. And so Coach Haskins does a great job with the power plays overall. And again, we had a lot of really good looks there, and unfortunate we couldn't get one.
Coach, talk about your goaltenders. I mean, Jack's won 4 straight. Jack Parsons and Luca Cloutier seemed dazzling tonight, but just from the start of the year as well, and how far they've come in their games.
Yeah, they've come a long way. I thought Luca was excellent for us tonight. I thought he did a really good job, and yeah, Jack's been outstanding for the last couple of weeks. So we're really happy with that duo, and they're pushing each other, and they're doing great.
Last question before tomorrow's game. What is one thing you want your team to do different besides execution tomorrow?
I think just even better of what we did tonight. Like, there is a lot of good in our game, and we'd like to do that, but better tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, it was the triple threat bench boss, Mike Garman. Well said, pretty well said. Agree on all fronts. And speaking of which, the 2-time USHL goaltender of the week, Jack Parsons, will get the call, and we'll have our starting lineups for the Steel right after the Comfort Inn Suites Geneva Team Hotel of the Chicago Steel. Conveniently located right around the corner from the Fox Valley Ice Arena. Complimentary breakfast, free use of the Wi-Fi, indoor heated pool, exercise room, and hot tub are all included in your stay. Kim McNamara is the contact at 630-208-8811 or email sales at comfortingeneva.com. The Comfort Inn Suites Geneva is the team hotel, the Chicago Steel. By the way, those fancy dancy Taylor Swift jerseys, check them out. www.chicagosteelhockeyteam.com. The ones that were debuted in the third yesterday, poised on the website beautifully. And just a well job, shout out to the Chicago Steel front office and just all those guys making that night possible. From the little details, to the graphic on social media to the games that happen in between our games experience here. So shout out to everybody in the front office for just a great night. And Chicago Steel 2-time Executive of the Year, Dan Lev, and his staff, Omar Espinoza, Alexis Abelov, Calvin Bush, Daniel Skripchek, Scotty, the new sales guy. There's actually Scott and Scotty. I love it. Pretty easy in sales, but no, it was a really good night, and a lot of work goes into it. So I just want to shout out the correct people. And you can check out on the Steel website some of the jerseys, the 5. I mean, last night there was just a carousel of jerseys, and they display the one that was debuted in the third period. So really good stuff. Puck drop when we come back. Here from Fox Valley Ice Arena, it's the Steel and Phantoms moments away. Jim Leo, the best PA address announcer in the world. We're on the Chicago Steel starting lineup next.
Hockey fans, please welcome your Chicago Steel! starting lineup for your Chicago Steel. Starting at goal number 30, Jack Parsons. On defense, number 2, Eric Poutstock. And on defense, number 6, Chris Reiger. At left wing, number 23, Tobias Oman. At right wing, number 10, Teddy Mutrin. And at center, number 11, Adam Valentini. The equipment manager is Phil Kennedy. The trainer is Zach Meyer. Director of performance is Joey Bauer. Director of hockey operations, the goalie coach is Dustin Shevchenko. The assistant coach is Michael Gerska. The associate head coach is Tyler Haskins. And the head coach and general manager of the Chicago Steel is Mike Garman. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps and turn your attention to the Zamboni entrance. Presenting today's colors, please welcome Cub Scout Pack 3963. Please remain standing as Caitlin Fernando honors our nation with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rankled at the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What an exceptional job. Our nation's colors this afternoon. It's Illuminati's family pack game. And if you're curious, the Illuminati's family pack available for select games this season. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 chips, 4 pops or waters, 4 Chuck-a-Pucks, and a personal pizza coupon for just 60 bucks. And so the next family pack game is on February 23rd, a Sunday. It's a nice ceremonial puck drop at center. Mark Citron back with you, welcoming Youngstown Phantom Nation to the broadcast. Phantoms currently in the Eastern Conference standings, sitting at 4th place. Jackie Moon would approve, but we're not in that league. They have 2 games plus played over Madison. First 2 in the conference get a bye. So the Phantoms by 6 points trailing with 2 games in hand on those Muskegon Lumberjacks. Boy, would that be a heck of a series. Officials this afternoon: Ross Beck and Will Frazier, Zach Bennett and Ryan Devine are on the lines. And happy birthday, Teddy Mutrin. He's to the right of Adam Valentini and Tobias Oman. And we are underway from the Fox Valley Ice Arena as Jakob Hesch wins the draw, and it's spun into Steel territory as Parsons will play it far wall. Tobias Oman digging, and now the birthday boy Mutrin will get the puck. He'll knife it as Valentini takes a check and offside against the steal early on this one. Well, our Comfort Inn Suites keys to the game presented by Comfort Inn Suites Geneva. Well, I love the physicality. It's been tough, sleepy Sundays for the Steel. And we got to avoid the spooky Sundays here at these Phantoms trying to broom the weekend. And so playing that body, I want to see that forecheck like it was last night. Hard to be stable at this league. Hard to be gritty as well, and Youngstown provides that every night. So for the Steel, they got to respond, be smart, and we'll see if they can capitalize on any Youngstown shenanigans. But Steel got to stay out of the box too. It took 5 calls last night as well, and penalty kill was able to bail him out, but there's offside as Bannock wheeled out over the Chicago line, where, according to my mathematics, 41 seconds into this one, no score. We hope you've had a great weekend so far. And how about that World Cup of Hockey? Well, I was totally wrong on that just about 10 days ago. That was phenomenal to watch after the game last night, or at least catch up with. And so it's great to see the game. I really think the game needed some of that in a way, just to show you can't get rid of this fighting. You can't. And between these two, it would be nice to see if we get a scrap between these two as well. But more than fighting, it's just that energy that these guys bring every day. Ashton Schultz off a body a minute into this one to center, and now it's Benny Yurchuk. And he'll jetson Sisson as Benny the Jet to Colin Sisson. Sisson wraps Reed Kahn. Reed is 6th goal of the season last night. As Kahn smash. Oh, that was beautiful. Thing of beauty. Now Callback drizzles in. He shoots, shot blocked. As Kahn absolutely blitzed Jamison Slies. Remains scoreless 90 seconds into this one. Jackson Crowder will funnel to the far corner. Puck is fetched by Kazimir Sobieski. He'll not ice it, but ping it down to the Chicago end zone. Noah Lapointe gets stapled off there on the forecheck by Evan Jardine. Will Tomko muscles it out, and now a late call as Crowder and Jackson Crowder. Wonder if high stick. Wow. And there's the mediator, Colson Hanrahan. He's got that mustache of his, but elbow. Huh? From our vantage point, it looked like he tried to go shoulder, but it's all vantage points, folks. And I mentioned, hey, Steele trying to not stay in, go to the box, because you don't want to get into Youngstown's game. You want to stay away from it. And Crowder's a huge physical presence, but I thought that was kind of just a late call maybe, and better safe than sorry from the official. But hey, Phantoms set up shop. They were 0 for 5 last night. They're 4th in the USHL as Luke Gockler forces the puck out. No score. 2 minutes, 10 seconds in on Rusty's birthday. It's also Teddy Mutrin's birthday. Wow, who knew? So those two share a birthday. Legend has it Rusty has a puppy that was stolen years ago by Green Bay, apparently. I have not been able to find that bad boy over the years, so I'm not sure if that's a myth or not. Jamison Slice reverses to Osborne to his right. Bannock fires. Nope. He did the fake shot pass, which has been very beautiful. Slice towards Jardine, who chipped it wide. Puck collected. Rusinski, though, near wall now. Slides down low. Nice check, but puck smears. Osborne can't save it. And Tom goes all over it with family in town. Will on the forecheck. Osborne behind his own net. Crowder an elbow. They called a high stick. And that's Hanrahan was saying that's an elbow. And I saw more of that as here Slides. Nice pass. Jardine reverses. Sobieski is scratched and clawed, but Sobieski perseveres. Far side now tipped. And the puck will go cross ice as Sobieski to Slice. And his pass just on the blue line. Saved by Sobieski. Good keep. Down to Slice behind the net. He's got Hackstall there. There's Jack, but the puck is intercepted by Gockler. Tremendous work for Luke Gockler on this kill as he'll chisel it down. And now Tobias Oman wrapped up in front of the Chicago bench. Love how the Steel coach is just so calm. Toe drag move here by Hextall. And a reverse big stop. Parsons through a screen. Sobieski let it rip. Sobieski off the far boards. Nudges it to Callbeck to center as Jackson Crowder will remain out here on this shift as he should. He's been just excellent since being acquired from Sioux City for Chicago in every facet. Offensively, checking on the forecheck, physicality leading the way. It's been a different Steel club. And now Marchenko lets it go, or I beg your pardon, that's Alex Callbeck. Has a nice check Valentini on Caesar. Meanwhile, the game scoreless. 4 minutes and 30 seconds into this one as the puck jazzed ahead. As Brecken Smith, fortuitous bouncing. Oh my goodness, Parsons there like a brick wall. Wow. Got to see that bounce again. This is crazy. Smith just going in on the forecheck. It takes the worst bounce possible for a Chicago Steel defender or goaltender right in front of the blue paint. And it's funny from afar. I don't know. I doubt Matty Lipsek has this problem, but Smith looks like a 38 at times. And I'm like, is that Jakob or is that Brecken? And Brecken, he's on the lookout. And here's a chance. Oh, man, stop there as Resendez got the puck point blank off the face-off win. And Parsons, 3 saves all of a sudden the last minute or so. A-plus caliber. And it's not out of the woodwork yet. Smith working behind the net with Resendez. Resendez twirling, stopping, curling, and now it's far wall cross-screen. Detoured, but Santilli buffered Valentini to keep it alive. Left corner now. Nice check here by Mikey Burchill, the Mundelein, Illinois native. Resendez in on it. But Ashton Schultz will pull, not out. Steel on the far boards, just get the puck to the neutral zone. We know that isn't sustainable, at least in the game. But FAMs, that's what I'm saying. They live for games almost like this where they're going to bring it to you every game on that forecheck. And so the Steel got to be alert here in that neutral zone. No score, 14-18 as Reiniger looking ahead, ices the puck incidentally as they wave it off. Omen and Alex Hage working in tight. Omen rockets it to the blue line. Marchenko let it rip, blocked by Rusinski. Beg your pardon, as that was Matvey Budkovsky as Tobias Omen tried to lug it back in, and we get some extracurriculars as Mutrin and Osborne shove. No score on the Chicago Steel broadcast and audio network with 14:05 in the first. No score. You're listening to Chicago Steel Hockey, welcoming FAMs Nation to the broadcast. Rusty's birthday, along with Teddy Mutrin's birthday, as the Phantoms, Budkovsky down the far wing, gets some attention from Comstock. They leaks the puck free, but the Steel, Stengren, a bouncing puck, still on edge, is turned, and the shot is snagged by Parsons. And he'll eat it. With 13:48 to go in the first. Phantoms have had the better start, but you look even last night, that middle period, Youngstown, I believe the shots were 19-9 or something like that. So for the Steel, both coaches, Mike Gerska and Tyler Haskins, associate head coach, had their magic markers out, telling the fellas, hey, this is how we got to play right now. And drawing it up to adjust. Face off in the steal zone. Shots are 2-1 in favor of the Phantoms. These two will meet in Youngstown in April. So here's a face off win, another shot. Eden Parsons saw it from Hanrahan all day. And Colson, a guy who followed in the footsteps of his brother, Carter, who's at ACHA. As ACHA, now we get a call here coming, I believe, to LaPointe, so beg your pardon. Nope, still can't be doing that. I heard a clock, but Hanrahan very, I'd say, two-way blue liner, the captain. And also that stash of his, but here we go. You know, Phantoms this weekend 0 for 6 on the man advantage, and got to give credit, but still the Phantoms tapping their twigs as they encourage their fellas to get on the board here first. He'll win the draw. Courtesy of Yurichuk, it's spun by Luke Gockler back in the Phantom zone. Osborne to fetch. As Jardine will get the lead pass in the Chicago territory, put on the brakes, and he'll go back to Osborne, left to Bannock. Bannock crawls around the left circle now. Back to the blue line for Osborne, back to Bannock. Twirls it back to Osborne. Stick on puck by Yurichuk, far corner it goes. Callback is there. On his backhand now, forehand off of Phantom, and Gockler will just beak it out with 12:55 in the first. And the Phantom man advantage with the buck 12 on it. It's LaPointe in the box. The official call is a cross check. Gorski, nice check on Bannock. Bannock funnels it across. Nice play. Both Comstock and Oman. Oh, man. Was able to zing it down. 51 seconds on the Youngstown man advantage. As DeHaro, one touch play. Ooh, going into the boards there hard. Okay. Was Hextall, the Rolling Meadows native, and now it's Tomko twice. Nice work carving the puck off the linesman, and then now DeHaro back from his own end zone. Surfs over the steel line. Cesar takes a check but perseveres through. Masick. And Cesar playing catch. Near wall Cesar with 20 seconds on the Youngstown power play. Looking to get the Phantoms on the board here first. Cesar to the blue line. Sobieski fakes, strides right back to Cesar. He'll reload above the dot. Try to fly to Sobieski, but Gockler's going to get to the loose puck, and he's tripped up on the play. Still keep going. Gockler on the loose change. Off the side of the net on a wrister. Gockler near wall now. He'll have Reiniger down low. A chance. Dyer. Backdoor score. Arseny Marchenko. On a beautiful exchange, Chris Reiniger fed it back to Marchenko, trailing in the slot, and steal strike first. All from the hard work of Luke Gockler, 1-0 Chicago. What a pretty goal that was. And Aiden Dyer also on that primary. Went from Reiniger, who got that puck from Gockler. And what a pretty play that was. Marchenko just swooping in. And that's a pretty goal for Arseny. 11:30 to play. Ashton Schultz wins the face-off over Smith. As Reiniger takes a check, gets a license plate there of Resendez. As Burchill in his own zone. Regroups to Santilli. Neutral zone across to Murphy. Looks like a forward at times up and into the play, and makes a nuzzle here over to Smith, base of the left circle. And that's Marchenko able to get the body positioning to maneuver it back into the Phantom zone. Couple of extra whacks there, and the official right on it. And that was a boneheaded play there from Santilli, who high sticks Mutrit. All because Teddy Mutrin playing his game. A little extra, I thought, of a spear, to be quite frank, from Santilli. They didn't call that. and it had to take a stick to the face, and that's where I get a little frustrated with this league because I really thought there's a bit of a spear there, and the referee let it go, a slash back, let it go, but to keep going, and for Mutrin, this is one of his great parts about his game that he just is able to kind of attract attention subtly, and after allowing a goal, that was just not a smart penalty right there, though. It was behind the play, and we'll see if the Steel can make him pay. Well, off the dinger here, it's Zung down, 1-0 in favor of the Steel. Minute 50 to go on this power play. 10:33, period 1. Steel reverse and stride ahead. It's Yurichuk flying in, Benny the Jet. Well, Sauce Mutrin, it's his birthday with Rusty and co. Rusty's got all of his friends here from the Chicagoland community. As Yurichuk, far wall, Chicago man advantage. Around 17.2% as Valentini accelerates into his left. Yurichuk, Reininger flying right. Omen now back to Yurichuk. Shoots up high. Landed back near wall. Tobias Omen. Yurichuk. Nice skating by Valentini. Makes a check on Murphy. Puck beneath. Murphy will gear it, but Reininger, what a keep. Left point. Now to Valentini. Opens the seam right. Omen looking for a tip in front off a skate. It's Valentini calling it to Yurichuk, who wanted the puck. Has to go off the end boards. Reload. Download to Mutrin. A spun pass off of Osborne, who detours it behind the net. And the puck laser, but not out again. Reininger keeps the line for the second time. To his right, Omen. 1-0 Steel. 30 seconds. Santilli's high sticking minor. Valentini opens the seam. Omen shoots. Big blocker save. Good look. Relentless effort. Yurichuk, far corner. Osborne wipes it, and it's going to rattle back to center. Steeler changing as Reininger hops on, and now Kahn at his own blue line in front of it. Reverses. Penalties over in 3 seconds. 8:50 to go here in the first. Still not done yet. Sisson over the Youngstown line. Runs into trouble and coughed it up. Only 5 shots so far in this hockey game. One of them in for Arseny Marchenko, but now look out. Loose puck here. Pass Resendez is in, and he shoots off the crossbar. Puck as Gockler played it ahead, but Sisson hot potatoed it back to the Phantoms. Cal Houston on the reverse off the body out front on the curtain of the goal. Pass as Sisson intercepts. Schultz hits the red line. Dodges a check. Now Burchill will pick it up. As LaPointe trying to get to the puck, it's lit by him by Houston up into the play in the far corner. Kahn greets him with 8 to go in the first. Houston loses it to Schultz behind the Chicago net, and Ashton Schultz outlets off of Colin Sisson. And back to the line, and now Banach down the far wing, drops for Messick, shoots a high riser, pings wide. Hanrahan keeps it alive, far corner. Look out, turned over, callback, stop. Parsons out front with his twig there. Far side now, slice. Getting to work with Banach on the forecheck. Steal though. Crowder and Tomko team up. Hook pass as LaPointe hits the red line, and he'll coast it in. 7:20 to play in the first. 1-0 Chicago. Nice check, Will Tomko. Took down Slice. Here comes Banach the other way, flying in. Give and go with Messick, and he goes across. Stop Parsons on the one-timer. Goodness gracious, tick, tack, jack. Prevents that one from being tied. Banach, nice pass. 1-0 Steel remains. 7-11 in the first.
Just some good old family fun for Rusty's birthdays.
Wow, we got like a brawl going on. I didn't know this is. I was saying in a 1-0 still lead, the Rusty's got to go. He should drop him with the St. Bernice Mountain Dog Bernie in Dubuque, and then he should also drop him with I love Ace from Green Bay, and for the Phantoms, Sparky. That'd be funny. Steal here in their own end zone. It's the other birthday boy, Teddy Mutrin here this afternoon. As Teddy into the far corner. Born on February 16, 2007. So 18 years of age for Teddy, and he's been great to watch develop here for the Steel. Now look out, nice stick detail as Oman got in the way of a Hextall pass to the far corner. Jack Parsons, 4 sparkling saves here. That one exchange on the top line, Adam Bannock on a tic-tac-toe play. Messick and slides, and look out, here's Staharo now. He's got Jardine, shoots, stick on puck, Comstock out of play. Great play there, man, Comstock. Well, the Steel, his story's great, Eric Comstock. And there's a crossbar from earlier, forgot about that one as well. 1-0 Steel lead remains, but playing in the preseason, he gets traded here as Comstock from the Dubuque Fighting Saints, and after he got off the bus as a member of the Dubuque Fighting Saints, they said, "You got traded, kid," and said, "Where?" Turned out it was right here. Now Osborne off the face-off win here from Hesh, threw it out front, now it's blocked. Say the Phantoms, they've had the better forecheck here in the first, but haven't capitalized on the power play. It was just almost like as the game went on last night, at least for Chicago. And now Henry Major beefs off some checks in the offensive zone. Hesh first on the puck as Yurichuk takes a check, and now Budkowski through center. 5:50 to go in the first. They'll drag Stengram. Pummels a pass here. Hanrahan down the runway. Drops for Smith. Shot blocked. Turnaround chance. Osborne blocked out front. Deployed, and now Smith fakes. Trying to stuff it in. Parsons stuck with him. Smith back to the near wall now. Osborne down to Smith. Through a seam pass. Hanrahan in the far corner. Phantoms looking to tie the game here in the first. Marchenko flattened Budkowski. There's a little bit of Belarus here in the first, but one-timer. Smith denied. Rebound in the hash marks. Towed out. Back to center. Resendez rewires. Parsons again staying strong. Here's another wave of purple. Osborne flying in. Protects the puck around the far circle. Dragged down. Lost an edge. Keeps going. One hands it behind the net. Resendez turns. Has Murphy. Gets the pass. Left circle. Slithers left. Drops it back. Resendez back to Cesar. Now right to Santilli, lets it go, save, rebound in front. Resendez was flattened by Sisson. Siphon now is caught and hits the red line. 4:20 to go, period one, a 1-0 Chicago lead. As the puck drizzles here beneath the dot of the Youngstown zone, picked up by Schultz. As he'll race to the right side, protect the puck. Goes across, chance, big stop, straw on Colin Sisson on the wrister. Sisson tips to Callum Croskery, blue line, shoots a wrister, and it's baseball caught by Straw. Good save there, Straw. A couple of them, one on Tobias Oman early in the period, but what a play there as Straw able to deny that chance moments ago. Ashton Schultz making a nice pass and still 1-0 lead, 4:19 here in the first. Tomko mano-a-mano against Messick. Michael Messick. Another Plymouth, Michigan guy. Uh-oh. That one looked like it was played there with the paw. Steal, blue line, Croskery chiseled it. Alex Hage fends off Messick for now, but possession to Bannock, who seems dialed in today. Bannock with a really elegant play here as Messick takes a nice check from Hudson Gorski. Tomko follows through. He'll push the puck out of his own zone with 3:50 to go in the first, and then Gorski's trying to get things structured the other way. Phantoms here through the neutral zone with possession now in their own zone. Houston. Sobieski now slides. Will lob the puck slowly behind the Chicago net. Good forecheck. Messick. Callbeck collide. Callbeck, great body positioning. Puck behind the net. Slides on Valentini. LaPointe, extra chances. Now Omen rushes the center. Sobieski at his own blue line. Hard. And now that one will ricochet off Hextall. Far side. No relation, as far as I know, to the Hextalls in the show. As Banach coughed it up. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Valentini down the right wing has a look. Valentini in. Drizzled it across. Off Hanrahan out front. And we get a whistle into the mitt here. Now Mutrin gets a slug as Hanrahan wants a piece. And the official warning Hanrahan saying, you're going to go if you keep that up. And we get the whistle, but Teddy, he just attracts all the attention. You know, he's a guy that gets all those greasy areas as Valentini gives him a tap, and it worked earlier on that high stick from Santilli, who was frustrated with him, and it's just because he's doing all the things he needs to develop. And 1-0 Chicago lead here with 2:47, the first faceoff in the Phantom zone. Rusinski, Imano against Schultz. Rusinski wins it. Yeah, the better the chances to the Phantoms, but the Steel they've played a steady game though. And Jack continues to be white hot right now. You'd love to get some cushion here for him. It was too close last night, 2-1. Those games, at least with Youngstown, you don't want to be involved in because you know there's going to be a lot of special teams. And Osborne here on the takeaway. He'll stride in. You talk about an underrated defenseman, this guy. Good pick from the Buffalo Sabres. Tristan Musser and co. As we get a call coming up here, I believe. We'll find out who. Rusinski's already saying for what? And we'll find out here. But shots even at 6. 4 of those 6 for Jack. I mean, have been A-plus chances. It's just been incredible. And we'll see what the call is. Rusinski's going to go. I thought I saw a free hand or something like that. But in the offensive zone, I mentioned it last night, those are the penalties for a team like a playoff team like the Phantoms. You can't, especially late in periods. I mean, that's the stuff if I'm Ryan Ward, I'd be fired up about because that's just not the type of playoff stuff that you want to do. And no, we're not in the playoffs in February, but Chicago power play. Luke Gockler looking for support. He's got Schultz, but Sisson threw it in front of the netminder. Straw kicked it out to Croskery. Far boards. Great pass to Schultz. He's in. Fake tip. Blocked by Naharo. Schultz back to the blue line. Croskery shuffling left. Back to Schultz. Right circle. Down low for Gockler. Gockler's pass off of a sliding Luke Santilli. I still, nothing against Mr. Santilli, but Tomas Machu still comes to mind. I don't know, he's in my brain there, number 2. Cemented. Santilli 04, 6'4", 211 pounds of him. Nice play. Steal back on the zone entry. Sisson trying to bump and chase Schultz, but that's read there by Osborne. Osborne, a product of the Buffalo Sabres in the 4th round at 108 overall. It's a good pick. Offensive upside. He's a left-handed shot, but he's a two-way guy, and he's got that more than just upside. But here on the penalty kill doing nice work. Tobias Omen, far wall. He's the Plymouth, Michigan native with Messick as this is rattled, and Reiniger keeps the line. 45 seconds on the kill, minute to go in the first. 1-0 steal. Omen off Valentini, hot and heavy. Hanrahan will ram it down. And so the Phantoms and Steele right now just killing each other's penalties in this one. Reiniger for one more rush. 28 seconds on the Chicago man advantage. Hits the red line, coasts it to Yurchuk with Omen to his right. They play catch. And that was read by Smith, who rinses it down. That was the semi-pro play. You take it, I take it, you take it. And very vanilla here on this last power play to end the period. One more rush for the steal. It's Yurchuk gathering the puck. He'll dump it deep. Taharo to fetch off the end of the curtain of the goal. 12 seconds in the period as Omen tangled up. Loose in the far boards, Mutrin. Threw it in front of the net, and a chance there. 5-hole stop on Omen. 3 seconds as Mutrin threw it out front. Mutrin again has to shoot now. That'll do it. And now Mutrin, Caesar gave him a whack. The thing I chuckle about is Coach Garman doesn't even flinch. The coaching stash, or stash, that's Hanran's stash, but Hanran saying, "What, are you kidding me?" And because he's upset that Mutrin shot the puck late. And you know what's interesting, 1-0 still lead through 20, is that there's a couple unofficial rules in hockey. One of them is you don't ever, I was listening to this the other day with an empty net. You never shoot a slap shot at an empty net. Apparently it's one of the most rude things you could do in the show. And this one, Mutrin, I'm not sure if he knows the clock, but Hanran's saying, well, that's, a penalty or unsportsmanlike, but then you get the slash afterwards. So if it evens out, it evens out. But always some protests there on the Youngstown side of things. And a 1-0 Steel lead through 20 minutes of play. It's a very similar game to yesterday, to be quite frank with you. But Jack Parsons, 4 to 5 incredible stops in that period. We'll wrap it up for you on our first intermission report. 1-0 Steel. Shot 7 to 6 Phantoms through 20 minutes of play on the Chicago Steel Broadcast and Audio Network.
And now here comes Ozzy.
See, on his birthday, PA Jim Leo on the call. We got some of his buddies there. Culver Cone, unaware of a lot of them. We got Spikes. Where's Jailbird? Juliet Slammer mascot. A lot of them. We got Hammy. We got an A+. Really well designed here for Rusty's birthday, and Gust is stealing the show here. Somebody said have him on the team. Incredible sellies. He also totally destroyed a table in the lobby, and I'm sure Chicago Steel president Dan Lev will be thrilled about that. But causing ruckus, the bull of Windy City. A 1-0 Steel lead through 20 minutes of play in the Chicago Steel broadcast and audio network. Mark Citron back with you. Well, that game, I thought it picked up a little bit in the second half. Both teams with 2 power plays each, and the Steel almost scoring shorthanded. The only goal of the game, Arseny Marchenko from Aiden Dyer and Chris Reininger. He could add an extra to Luke Ockler as well, who made it a terrific play twice on the penalty kill to pass to himself, begin the play, and then a really, really pretty pass from Reininger, who faked the shot. Dyer was able to bait Strahl, and Marchenko just rinsed it by. Very similar to last night, though, in a lot of ways. Jack Parsons, though, incredible stops. I'd say about 5 of them in that period were really good. One was off a set play, Resendez on a face-off, point blank, and then a fortuitous bounce off the dasher. I believe it was Brecken Smith who's had a couple of chances. He was denied point blank right in front of Parsons on a chance, and then on a tic-tac jack stop, Banach from Messick looking for the toe in front of the net, and Parsons made the stop. And this is where he's just no rebound. He's very calm, all on top of the puck, and huge saves for the Steel. And then I want to say there was a 2-on-1 late in that period. But Parsons stood tall and was able to keep another point-blank shot out of Ryan Rusinski's grill. And so the Steel, 1-0 lead through 20. I thought Strahl made a couple big saves, but I thought I'd give the Phantoms the edge in play. They had a better forecheck. They had better chances. But it's pretty close. And this is where a game like this, I think the Steel, you'd like to see a little more firepower. You'd like to see more explosiveness, at least from this group, because it's these tight games. Youngstown, I think, one of the most underrated stats the Phantoms possess here is 1-goal games. Youngstown, you look at their 1-goal games this year, they're 15-5-1. And the only win percentage I can gather that's better, Muskegon is at 14-4-3-4, but Dubuque 18-6-1. And so the point is, when you win, when you're in, Youngstown loves these close games. So big period coming up for the Steel. Got to play smart. Stay out of the box. And you'd love to see a little more forecheck. But a 1-0 Chicago Steel lead through 20 minutes of play. We'll wrap up our first intermission report right after this on the Chicago Steel Broadcast and Audio Network.
1-0 Chicago lead. There's 20 minutes of play.
As the Steel getting a marker in that first period. Arsenij Marchenko's second of the season has the Steel on top. Jack Parsons, couple of huge stops for Jackal Boy. And here's Dawson Savchenko, goaltending coach, hockey operations, 3-title guru, here for you. Other scores: Dubuque 2-0 over Cedar Rapids through 20 minutes of play. No score massive between the Buccaneers and Caps. Force in Sioux Falls later at 4:05 Central Time. Also, Phantoms, when trailing after a period of play, 5-7 slate. Steel, when they have the lead through 20 minutes of play, a 10-2-2 record for what it's worth. 1-0 Chicago through 20. We're moments away from starting the second frame right after this brief break on the Chicago Steel audio and
Steel hit the ice service on a packed house for Illuminati's Family Sunday.
Mark Citron, voice of the Chicago Steel, with you on Rusty's birthday. Got all his buddies and pals from Chicagoland. 1-0 Steel lead. Big period here, said the broadcaster. Well, Youngstown a -3. This is actually their most vulnerable period per se, statistics-wise. In terms of goal differential, Steel. And what do we got? Some more shenanigans going on here. Omen and Resendez are in the box, and We'll get to it, folks. I think they're just matching minors at the conclusion of that period. And for Youngstown, though, the period you worry is the third, so we don't want to jump ahead too much, but so it looks like we're 4-on-4 here. As right now, Messick deployed with Hanrahan. Osborne, and that's Banach, Chicago, Schultz, Juracek, Reiniger, and Comstock. We're underway, period 2. Steele getting the goal from Marchenko in the first. As the puck behind, Reiniger makes a great play. Jockeys it ahead as Ashton Schultz will race over the Youngstown line. He'll make a pass right to left, Reiniger to Comstock. Puck zipped and is picked off by Hanrahan. Now it's a look out, Osborne in. He just slappered it over the net and rattled off of Messick's twig into Comstock. Comstock endured a hit there from Hanrahan as the Steel rewire. Minute 15, 4-on-4 action. We know we asked Coach Garment about the 5-on-3, but this is one area where the Steel work at a lot, 4-on-4. As Teddy Mutrin, his birthday, 18 years of age. Got to give him the love because it's Rusty's birthday, so I don't want it to be overshadowed. And Teddy with Gockler on the forecheck, but puck behind the net. Rusinski drilled it, but right to Gockler. Gockler, no stick there for Osborne. He broke it. Kahn has the puck right now, exterior far circle. Early moments of the second period, 1-0 Steel lead. Kahn around the twig. Now around the horn. Goes to his left, Gockler. Well, this is big because you get that change as Gockler to the net. Backhand and chance. Strahls got it. Good look there for Luke Gockler, who's really unwinding. Flying like the Gockler. Great play, good stop. And those are the stops that Strahl, he makes that look easy. He doesn't flash his glove. He catches that puck, hip line, waistline, and he just, I like that. He doesn't make it look too shiny, but very calm and poised goaltender. Very raw. I think any goalie in this league, like, they're going to be raw. You ask Jack Parsons that question, and it's just what a difference a year makes. But those goalie coaches is 4-on-4 for 17 seconds. 1-0 Steel, 18-15 here on the clock for period 2. It's Budkowski, who's getting engaged by Noah LaPointe, Hinsdale's finest, frees the puck, but Budkowski gets it before it snarls out, and he toe drags and finesses and gets the puck back for Resendez, who loops it in back to 5-on-5 as Omen and Resendez freed. LaPointe will work it ahead. Aiden Dyer trying to get positioning, fending off as an offside call, Cade Stengram. And we get the stoppage of play. 17:43 to play, middle frame, 1-0 Steel. Chicago Steel are now on CBH Shop. Visit CBH Shop online for a great selection of Steel t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more. Plus, you can now personalize a Steel jersey when you purchase online. Plus, choose from the latest Chicago Blackhawks and Rockford Ice Hogs merch as well. Visit cbhshop.com, the new online home for Chicago Steel merchandise. That's CBH Charlie Bravo Hector shop.com. Adam Valentini and Brecken Smith. Smith a couple of looks today. Jack Parsons has said no so far as Smith wins the faceoff in the neutral zone and now flunks this biscuit. Cesar, open hand on Reiniger. We play on. Now it's the Steel the other way in transition. 3-on-2, Tomko gets it back. Crowder a chance, got it off, stopped the rebound as Tomko tripped up. We play on. Hanrahan, outlet pass to Smith. Resendez, Straw was over there. Good look for the Steel on that 3-on-2, but was already there by the time Crowder had the puck. Still had a shot to the net. Now the other way, it's Croskery behind his own net, wrapped up by Resendez. Reiniger will dig it free. And now we're going Hanrahan and Crowder. Let's go. At center, Hanrahan and Crowder drop the mitts. Hanrahan clutches, 2 rights, Crowder responded. Crowder with 3. Crowder going to Pound Town. Hanrahan responds with a couple. Hanrahan a couple. Lefts from Hanrahan. Hanrahan responding. Now Crowder going to town. Crowder keeps going. Crowder gets it down from Hanrahan. What a scrap. Beautiful. With blood on the ice surface. Hanrahan with some lefts. Great scrap between those two. Oh, we saw that last night, at least the tussle and an international play with, I had a feeling as let's go again. Yeah, I literally, Crowder asking Hanrahan, you want to go again? Because I'm impressed. There was at one point Crowder was ahead, and then Hanrahan got that momentum back, and he went with the lefts and took him down. Yeah, that is just an old-time scrap right there. I gotta love it. 16:54 middle frame. We need more of these. There's only one Jackson Crowder as him and Hanrahan still chirping in the box. But that's beautiful. I knew, I had a feeling we'd see something like that, 1-0 steal. As Crowder, what a kid too, off the ice, and I'm impressed by Hanrahan's lefts. I'm not gonna lie, he was able to get the last one in there, and at 5'10", 187 pounds, Crowder 6'2", 184. We'll see how that fight changes things, but we've seen the steal with that physicality play better all year, but that's a Youngstown game. Meanwhile, Pham's pass intercepted by Yurichuk in front. And we know the Phantoms are going to be adrenalized. We'll see how the steal will respond as Kalbeck hits the red line and coasts the puck in. Hage retrieves, tips back towards Yurichuk. It's Omen chipping towards his bench, and puck is just momentumly gazed into steal territory. Kahn couldn't get back, and now Santilli lets it go off the backboards. Bannock, far side, will get there first and try to make a pass beneath the feet of Bannock, and then Bannock got it back, takes a check, and now Yurichuk the other way in transition with Hage. Pass to Yurichuk toward the front of the net to Omen, short side, couldn't get it to go. Omen still behind the net. Now to Yurichuk, LaPointe calling, shoots it, blocker saves Strahl. Off the near wall, Bannock. Now pawed down at center, one-handed by Slice. And how about, I mentioned it's not the World Cup of hockey, but the Four Nations in the sense of the scraps. I was totally, as Messick shot here, as like a center fielder to Parsons who nabs that one. But I was totally wrong on that. I admit, I said I didn't like it, but you know what? All it took was one fight, really, and a group text between Brady, Matty Tkachuk, and JT Miller. And if you ever ban fighting, that'll be the end of hockey for me, at least professionally, personally, because you just can't. It's just ingrained into it, like a baseball player's mitt, if you will. I mean, you can't take the gloves away. 1-0 steal, now bouncing puck here in the Chicago zone is calmed down by Colin Sisson, the Rhode Island kid. Finesses behind the net, LaPointe. Pinball's a chance here. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Schultz, though, powering through. A shot was off of Osborne before Sisson could catch up. Yeah, full flight, Aston Schultz. And you're starting to see his details unload. I think Schultz, away from the puck for him, as now it's a Messick on the chase, steal end zone, 14:45, 1-0 steal. LaPointe greets him. Bannock gets tangled up. Schultz kicks it to himself, but Messick all over like a human battering ram, frees it up for Osborne. Wants to get a look, so he'll go to the blue line. Houston now in exchange with Slice. Slice, who's been excellent since coming from Omaha, as Osborne's forced out on his route, but right back, Bannock. Down the far wing, driving to the net, shoots off LaPointe. As this sharp angle stop, Houston now the rebound is Osborne. Missed the cage, and it's Houston back to Messick, right point, shot deflected, stop there, Parsons. And we know Ozzy's in the crowd here, the King County Cougar mascot is Schultz, dribbles, Steele changing behind the play, Sisson protects the puck at a 1-0 Steele lead here in the second, but off a Phantom twig. I would love to see Crowder and Hanrahan go again. I literally think Jackson asked, but I'm not going to say that they're going to go again. We'll find out. I don't want to say they're not, but I would love it. It would be unbelievable. What a scrap. Now the puck here in the Phantom zone. Budkowski stripped by Valentini. Oh, Valentini just dragged out Hesh. As puck support, though, for the Phantoms, who love these close games. And now Budkowski behind the seal defense between the legs. Got too cute. We got too many men, potentially. We'll see what we have, and or both Tomko and Connor DeHaro going into the penalty box. 1-0 Steele, 13-14 to play here in the middle frame. You are tuning in to Chicago Steel Hockey. We welcome Youngstown Phantom Nation to the broadcast. 1-0 Steel face-off in the Chicago zone, matching Miners with 13-14 to play in the second. Assessed to Tomko and DeHaro. By the way, at 3:09, the Hanrahan. So those guys are out basically till the end of the second, towards it. But that happened at 3:09, so 15 minutes. You do the math, folks. You can do it for me. So with less than 2 minutes to play, they'll be freed, as this one is splattered back to center. Resendez with up front Rusinski, Osborne, and Sobieski. Osborne unwinds Resendez in the left circle. Lost the puck, and now wow, Reiniger right there. Holy guacamole, was that a missed call? That could have been 2 calls if you wanted to play Mr. Poindexter. That was interference and a knee, and now Rusinski swinging a miss, but he makes a great pass across. Stop there, Parsons in tight. I believe Osborne had the chance about 4 feet out, less. Minute 4 of 4-on-4. Callback ahead to Schultz. Buys some time. Schultz a shot blocked. And now it's Smith the other way. Brecken Smith's wrister stopped as Hesh let it go. Okay, there we go. So really, Peter Caesar, I beg your pardon. There is that 38. We talked Smith 39, Hesh, and Caesar with Burchill, Murphy, Houston, Mutrin, Valentini, Comstock, and Reiniger. Another big stop. I know just the shots are 11-8, favor of the Steel. But Parsons, I'd say 6 of those have been A++ chances. Phenomenal saves. Steel win the draw. They're out with a puck. Valentini swerving in front to Kahn. Save, rebound on his backhand. Couldn't get it. Murphy boxed out, but Mutrin on the forecheck. Tip back. Murphy near wall now with 11:48 to play. 1-0 Steel in the second. Murphy behind the net. 30 seconds of 4-on-4. Burchill slinks the red line to Caesar right, puts on the brakes. Caesar across on the pass, one-handed Pitchfork by Murphy. Trickles right. Real estate tracked by Houston. Cal going right. And Cal, he's actually a Youngstown, Ohio native. And a great story is here's 5-on-5 Tomko and Harrofried. Puck drizzled to Parsons. He'll play it along calmly to Kant. Tomko toys it out. Oh, as Valentini took a chopper's play, but gets back into the play. Tomko now on the rush. Missed the net for Mutrin. As now the puck behind the Phantom nets. Houston sipping ahead as it churns by Slies behind the Chicago defense. Gorski tripped up on the play cleanly, they say. Slies on the forecheck. Now Croskery having some trouble here. Still confident up as the Phantom lost their lid. Slides behind the net. Slinking far side to the blue line. Osborne right to Santilli. Swing and a miss. However, followed up by Banach. Gorski can't play it cleanly. He gets checked by Slice. Tough shift there. Gorski just beamed by Messick as the Phantom's trying to get the helmet on the ice from the bench. Cannot. Linesman makes a nice move there. Gorski now hit up high twice. Away from the puck, and Messick is going to be called here, I believe. It says, I got it. Well, I hope so. Now, just Gorski going, whoa. There must have been some sort of cheap shot. That was a horrible call. Let's take a look at this. Oh, we got to. No, that's not the right call. With 10:03 to play in the middle frame, and Jack Parsons say he didn't do it. Now Ryan Ward wants a call, but what are you talking about? There's been 2 calls, one against Valentini, took an elbow to the face in front of his own bench. And this is where the Phams, they play I used to call Panda politics really well. Ward's able, they've drawn the most calls in the league. And there's a lot of reasons why. But a 1-0 still lead, and all I saw was Gorski's explaining it, though, to Crowder in the box. As now Tyler Haskins and Mike Garman even are. I've never seen the Coach Haskins and Coach Garms be up in arms here, but they want explanations, and just a horrible officiating call here. I don't know if Gorski did really take the original, but they got to put Messick here as Tyler Haskins erases that thought and says, guys, come here, penalty kill. We got to write something up here right now. But I don't know what the Phams are crying about here, to be quite frank with you. We'll see. Maybe they'll get a major. We'll find out. I always have to step aside here on the Chicago Steel Broadcast and Audio Network. We got another heater on Illuminati Family Sunday, 1-0 Chicago. Okay, so getting a look at the replay here, folks. 10:03 to play, middle frame, 1-0 Steel. Oh, how did I miss the Hudson Gorski? He just absolutely buckled Banach. As LaPointe, I don't know if he just did a fake Aruski. The referee said no major, and just because your star player got absolutely blitzed there by Hudson Gorski, you think you're entitled to everything, and yeah, this team just... It's amazing. Youngstown, I mean, they play a blue-collar type of way, and The passion to win is ferocious on that bench, but Gorski, okay, so a little late on the check, I'll take that, but the referees, I think, made the right call. So Youngstown power play, 1-0 steal. Man, I wish these two, even though, you know, it's two more matchups between the two, and in Youngstown on April 5th and 6th. And down in Ohio, here's Banach. Pass squeegeed through the middle is carved by Reiniger. Coach Garman approves. But Ryan Ward is explicit, very, very heated in that confrontation, at least. And so we'll see if the Phantoms here can get a power play goal to tie this thing up. Osborne flying in. Now Osborne reverses Banach, wheels a shot pass around the horn. Collected slides down low. Rusinski to Jamison, left side, top of the left down. A shot fought off Parsons, his 11th save of the evening. Far side now, slides, paws it down. And the puck crinkled is held by Osborne at the far point. Slides, maneuvering back to Osborne. Now Banach gets it. Back to Osborne in the left circle, slides, shoots, big stop, Parsons. 9 minutes to play in the middle frame, 57 seconds. We'll see what the official call is to Hudson Gorski. That shift too, he took a beating, that kid, Hudson Gorski. He got hit by Messick like twice, 2 different times, and then 2 other checks. He just got rocked, so way to go, Hudson. You know, and head contact is the call, but would love to see Crowder go again with Hanrahan, but we have to wait for that one. Jaharo here off the face-off win, and he'll tee up a one-timer. He blitzed it over the net. Puck at outs of the zone, and we get the call, thankfully. Goodness gracious. Well, officials keeping cool, they're staying in charge of the game, but you know, they're picking up equipment. This one guy here over here, he had the helmet earlier, made a cool play, and then it's important though. It's really broken sticks all the time. It used to be a huge thing where you leave them on the ice all over the place. And so these guys do a lot. Nice job. Face off, 40 seconds, Phantoms power play time. It's too close for comfort. 1-0 steal. But when you're against the Youngstown Phantom club that just knows how to grind, Hextall takes a couple of pushes, and then the puck, Karam's far wall, is Gockler and Daharo collide. Stick drop there from Gockler. Puck was on the verge of being out, is held in by inches. It's those little plays, folks, that make a difference. Far side, Resendez. Left, fake shot is played along. Sobieski across, trickles through, way up high, as airmailed by Resendez. Puck, though, pounded down. Daharo gave it right away to Gorski, fresh from the box, and now he just drops it in succession. Yurichuk got a broken play, thrown out front. Resendez takes a seat. Still need a change. 7:48 to play, still 1-0 Chicago. Penalty kill once again up to the task. Sobieski now to Hextall at the steel blue line. He'll ram it far corner as a Butowski's shot is eaten in the glove of Jack Parsons, and he'll hang on. And we'll take a timeout on the Chicago Steel broadcast at Audio Network. 7:37, period 2. Steel 1, Phantoms nada. Well, Jackson Crowder and Colson Hanrahan, still some words as I'm not sure what was asked, but Crowder said going, and not sure if Henderhan, if that was the question. I know earlier after they fought, I could read it, but with 7:37 here in the second, 1-0 Steel face-off in the Chicago zone. We'll just have to wait and see. So according to my calculations, they'll be freed under 2 minutes to play in the second. So that would be something. Steel win the draw in their defensive zone. Ashton Schultz, Colin Sisson, Adam Valentini on a set play as that one's intercepted at the blue line of the Phantoms. Hesh. Now Butkowski, the Finnish native, gave it away. Quick on the puck. Valentini, though, left behind Sisson, is a little bit of a check there late as Santilli. And Sisson now away from the puck as the Phantoms just bullying away from it. Well, Santilli's already taken one earlier, and Sisson tough as nails, but Steel Club is definitely very calm, poised, at least compared to the Phantoms. We're very erratic, turbulent, emotionally charged, and as I mentioned last night, I don't know how long you think that might work in the playoffs, but quite frankly, it's just way too much boneheadedness. You never know, though. It's a pretty wide open Eastern Conference, so we'll see. Trying to tie the game now. Stengram checked by Comstock. And Comstock, just to give you a taste, 5'7", 165. Stengram, towering 6'3", 200 pounds. And that's what I love about Comstock's game. Just incredible. So efficient, reliable, come here. As associate head coach Tyler Haskins looks the Jumbotron up. I think the coaches in a 1-0 Steel lead, 6:51 to play in the second. You want flow, you want pace. That's what Mike Garvin mentioned after the game last night. A lot of special team stuff, and the Phams try to throw you off that. And the starting and stopping, that throws the Steel off their game plan. They want to be able to freeload and keep the Phantoms skating, trying to catch up. As Hudson Gorski, good face-off win. Chuck Mutrin and Omen right now, but Smith keeps it alive, gulfs it toward the Chicago net. Parsons stops. Comstock gave it a ride, but Osborne pinches on the far boards. Back Comstock. Banks to Gorski, rattles the puck near wall to center. Only goal coming from Arseny Marchenko after a penalty expired, so almost a short-handed marker. Aiden Dyer and Chris Reiniger at 8:29 in the first. Phantoms will peel as Burchill corrals the puck. Now Brecken Smith flying into the play. Reed Kahn scrapes and claws. As Burchill around the point. One-touch play and a chance there out front as Cesar shanked it. Block, Yurichuk the other way in transition. Mutrin over the line. A stagger. Jazz toward the ice side tables. Sit ice side with comfort right there. And our ice side tables, which offer glass seating and food and beverage service for tables of 4. And you get free souvenirs like that occasionally. Tickets for the ice side tables on sale now. 1-0 Steel face off with 5:53 here in the second in the Phantom zone. And once again, you'd love to see the Steel just pile it on these guys if they can. Aiden Dyer calling for the assignment. It's Messick winning it. And the Phantoms the other way as Slies zings it in. Played along by Parsons. Banach, first to it, curled out front, chipped in front of the goal. Slies missed the net. Dyer takes a check from Banach. Callback plastered into the boards. Messick. Steel with the puck. Reiniger at the red line will float it in. A dribbler towards Strahl. It'll bounce near wall. Sobieski. Now DeHaro. Wands it. Neutral zone as Reiniger pummeled it, but off the feet of DeHaro keeps going. As Cochler buffered him out of the offensive zone. Tailed back in as Messick heads to the bench. Fetched by Callbeck, the St. Charles, Illinois native. Alex rolls softly now. Valentini spikes Major down the left wing. Back to Valentini trying to make a play. Slides away from the puck to Rusinski now on his horse. Down the right wing. As Ryan Rusinski Back toward the blue line, will use the boards, and it's Sobieski now. One-handing it around Valentini. Valentini, 4 years younger. Sobieski to Santilli into the gut of Parsons on a chopper. A little extra as Jardine and Kalbeck spar with 4:40 to play in the middle frame. Shots are 14-12. Phantoms 1-0 on the big board to score Steel in front. And if the Steel score 4 more goals at a Steel home game this season, all fans in attendance will win a either chicken biscuit or free chicken sandwich courtesy of Chick-fil-A Batavia. It's the Chick-fil-A Score 4 promotion at each home game this season. Visit Chick-fil-A Batavia at the corner of Randall and McKee. Face off in the Steel zone. Hudson Gorski lands the puck on his twig, and he gave it away. Jardine on the intercept, one-handed now to Ruchinski. Missed the net. Off the backboards a look, too. Now thrown back out front, score. Off a bang-bang play, Rucinski and Jardine on a couple of fortuitous bounces. And the Phantoms, just like that, tie the game. Oh, that's where you keep this Youngstown team just hanging around. That's all it takes. And the tough part about this one is that Parsons made the stop. The bounce, though, off the end boards, comes back down. Phams play it, and they just set up shop again. So just an ugly goal in a way of the bounces, but a brand new hockey game. So back to center, tied at 1 with 4:25 in the period. Reed Kahn, as Comstock will lay it through center. Mutra to bump back to the Steel blue line. The puck floats. Schultz tees it up. Bouncing puck is iced here at the red line. And again, this is almost typical Youngstown. They slow this game down. And they say TechWorks, your free Wi-Fi sponsor at the Fox Valley Ice Arena, is the managed IT provider to the Chicago Steel. They help protect business tech as it were their own. Call TechWorks today, 630-482-2227, or visit techworks.com. See how their managed IT can transform your business. Face off in the Steel zone. Now it's Osborne faking the slapper. He'll nuzzle it around the horn. Stengram to the point. Shot was shanked. Knuckle puck. Stengram takes over. Phantoms looking for their first lead. As Osborne's shot had eyes, and another chopper there off a leg out front. Budkowski scarfed on edge back in the neutral zone. As great work, Mutrin trying to get on Cal Houston. Houston perseveres. Hesh to the left as the puck sparred, and Osborne will wheel it into Chicago territory. Take a check from Mutrin in the process as Kahn back pass as Omen, and a 1-1 score. 3:18 to go in the middle frame. Omen looking left. Phantom bench erupts on the defensive prowess of Youngstown, and now Resendez with speed. He'll shoot. Right pad save. The rebound pops to the point on his backhand, but he's got attention from Smith. That puck was out of play from Brecken. We'll see what the call is on the faceoff. Phams playing a tight second like they did yesterday. I mentioned that in the pregame show, where they're sustaining the pressure even though it's not pretty. They're in charge of the game right now. And a 1-1 score with 3:02 to play here in the middle frame. Valentini above the Steel zone here on the blue line as Mike Garman talking to the official about something. It'll be Smith here to go for Youngstown. Smith winning it. Set play. It appeared Sobieski. As LaPointe into the near corner. Valentini looking. And now, look out. Chance up high from Banach as he got the puck right toward the slot. Steel right now a bit sluggish here in the middle frame. Sobieski hit the official on his way to the net. And the Steel lobbed as Reiniger. Now Resendez away from the puck. Chance Sisson stick on puck out of play. Yeah, Valentini doesn't lose his composure much, but that's what Youngstown will do. They'll have the extra shot. Resendez, and it ended up being a 2-on-1 as Valentini's pass. And here's the set play. Sobieski to Banach. But then the other way, Valentini, you don't see behind the play that he's getting a couple shots, makes the pass. Wow, Resendez is all out of his face. So great look there for Colin Sisson. Still 1-1 with 2:23, period 2. Face off to Callbeck. He'll wheel it down low. Mirachuk. Sludged by Santilli. Arched back in the Steel territory. Chipped by Callbeck, red line. Toe slides. Messick gathers the puck now. He'll go across. West Coast looking for Banach. Dodges Gorski. Banach behind the net. Turnaround shot stopped by Parsons. With a $1.57 here in the middle frame and a 1-1 score. We'll get you caught up on all the goals. Only yet 2 of them. Well, it's the Phantom Club that was 9th coming into the week in 8th. Middle of the pack in goals against. 5th in goals forward. So kind of see their identity as still being the same. But Messick and Schultz here on the face-off. Up for grabs, Reiniger. Will splice Reed Kahn off the skate of Messick. Detours into the Phantom zone. Well, Crowder and Hanrahan are, I believe they're free next whistle. We'll see as these two are freed, so they're not going to be able to, one at a time, they're saying to the off-ice officials. And we'll do the visitors first. Hanrahan to the bench, and Jackson Crowder. Both stick taps as the Phantoms stick tap their bench. Jackson Crowder, though, no round of applause for the crowd pleaser. Well, Steel, they're trying to gut this thing out, but I'd love to see them go again. What a scrap. 1-1 game, $1.37 here, and a lot of starting and stopping this period. Throttled to center as Kahn on his backhand fanned a bit on getting it deep, and so the Steel in their own end zone as Skockler takes a check, and now the puck behind as Skockler's got to wheel out with it, but it's the puck stopping on edge on everyone right now. Kahn now looking for Gockler. Great play, but Gockler and Kahn, who kept going. Love it from Reed Kahn, but unfortunately interception here, and now slides the other way. Kahn intercepts, but good work, Banach. He's going to wheel in here and throw it out front. Reiniger off his feet. Under a minute to play in the middle frame, tied at 1. Mutrin gets it out as the Steel need a change. They're going to stay out here. Mutrin gets a tip from Tomko. Murphy plays it there well. Hextall down the near wall. Rusinski flying by. Has Jardine. A mini 2-on-1. Jardine's in. Shoots. Big stop there on the knob. Jack Parsons to stop. He's going to have to make another chance here. Rusinski's shot blocked by LaPointe. Still give it away at center again. Phantoms right back in. Hanrahan on the rush to Hextall. Off the end boards. Now dodging a check. Rusinski near wall. Puck played to Hanrahan. Shot deflected on as Dyer blocked and flagged it down. Dyer over the red line will take a check. Scarf it deep. Phantoms get the puck, and Hextall with a second to go. The red line loses it, and that'll do it. Stoppage of play. Through 40. Phantoms take it to the Steel that period as Valentini a little stick twirl too on Rusinski trying to be a tough guy. But the Phantoms taking it to the Steel that period. 1-1 our score. Shots 17-12 in favor of the Phantoms through 40 minutes of play as Ryan Ward still up in arms. Going to the dressing room. They got some spunk, I'll tell you. Second intermission report coming at you. Tied at 1 from Fox Valley. That's right.
All right, folks, welcome to our second intermission report, which is proudly presented by
The Chick-fil-A Score 4 promotion and Chicago Steel Youth Hockey Experience. Attention youth hockey teams. The Chicago Steel Youth Hockey Experience presented by Riverfront Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram is the ultimate way to experience Chicago Steel hockey. Watch warm-ups from the bench. Take the ice pregame and during intermission, and join the Steel on the blue line for the national anthem. Limit one team per game, but we're already getting booked here for the rest of the year. So call 855-51-STEEL to learn more. Second intermission report is also presented by Tidal Wave Sports. Tidal Wave Sports is a leading supplier of custom uniforms and team apparel and uniform supplier of your Chicago Steel, with a strong emphasis on quality and top-notch customer service. Thanks, Double A. Tidal Wave Sports is your one-stop shop for all your uniform and apparel needs. Having been founded by and run by hockey players, Tidal Wave Sports always is ahead of the latest styles and technologies to keep the players looking great and feeling wonderful. Contact Tidal Wave Sports today. Well, Alexis Abelov was doing 3 jobs at once, going over to the camera, and then also did a good deed, picking up an object. Wow, thank you. For Rusty's Dance Party, tied at 1 on Illuminati Family Pack Sunday. As our spectators look on, and well, that second period, it was interesting because very, very similar game to the last night where the Steel get the first goal of the game yesterday. They get it again today, and it comes by Marchenko from Dyer and Reiniger off a shorthanded rush. But the Phantoms had some good chances in the first. I mentioned like 4 or 5 really A++ stops by Jack Parsons. And it almost continued, but there was a lot of whistles, starting with the hand-ran and Crowder's scrap. But I feel like it wasn't even after that. It was just, there was a bunch of shenanigans going on, and Youngstown has lost their timeout in terms of a booth review because they cannot challenge unless they want to give up a minor penalty. So they can challenge, but Rusinski tied the game from Jardine and Hextall a fortuitous balance. But man, Phantoms were in control of that game. They had some good looks, and it was just frustrating because the Steel weren't able to get that sustainability offensively. And Parsons has made even a great save off the window. But Steel couldn't win the battle behind the net, and the Phantoms, quite frankly, they just seemed like they were really controlling play in that pocket, I'd say, under the 10-minute mark. But it wasn't pure dominance because the game is so stop and starty. But again, as Mike Garman said yesterday, it's not really the type of game that we want to play. And for the Steel, tied at 1, Parsons 16 to 17 shots. Chicago with 5 in that period. They had 7 in the first. And we'll have to wait and see what we have in store once again. A thrilling finish here from the Fox Valley Ice Arena in period number 3. Other scores around the USHL. Well, we have a decent amount of games. Dubuque 3-1 early third period over Cedar Rapids, 3-1 Madison over Des Moines. They're in the third period as well at Bob Suter's Legacy 20. Fargo 1-1 after 1 between Sioux Falls and the Force. We'll have the third period when we come back. 1-1 here from Fox Valley Ice Arena through 40 minutes of play on the Chicago Steel Broadcast and Audio Network. Chicago still hit the ice for period 3, courtesy of public address announcer Jim Leo. Beautiful. Tied at 1. Marchenko from Dyer and Reiniger at 8:29 in the first. Rusinski from Jardine and Hackstall at 15:33. Period 2, respectively. Long story short, third period up for grabs. And you take a look at, we mentioned, if you missed it earlier, 1-goal games. Youngstown 15-5-0-1. If you're curious, Chicago, they're 6-6-4, but you look when tied after 20 minutes of play. The Steel have only been in this position 4 times. They have a 3-1 record. Phantoms have been in it 8, and they're 6-2. So these two teams with disdain for each other, but obviously Youngstown looking for a happy bus ride home. Shots are 17-12 Phantoms as Katie Sack, who is a Chicago Steel legend, about a little more than 20 years worth, started as an intern and is still here as she does it all. She's, I think, getting fresh agua for the penalty box. And this is unbelievable. I don't know how she does it all. Really does. And the officials, when during their media stoppage. So Katie's on that assignment right now, but does a plethora of things, including in charge of that Chicago Steel merchandise. Fox Valley faithful trying to cheer on their Steel. We're underway at a 1-1 score for period 3. It's the Steel controlling the draw. However, they ice the puck as Oman, and there's no icing on the play. We play on hand around the horn. Stengram couldn't take it cleanly. Flung back by Comstock as Comair, I like to call him. Plays it cleanly. Budkowski, though, cross ice to Hesh. Good speed over the Steel line. He'll shoot off of Comstock. Reiniger recycles far wall now. Comstock. Omen, a nice pass over the line. Valentini braids up Mutrin. It's his birthday, as I mentioned the first lot, along with Rusty, is Valentini sparring, and now Mutrin near wall. Working with Valentini and Omen now as Tobias far boards, flings to the point. Shot coming, tipped just wide by Valentini. Omen, good forecheck shift here for the Steel. Minute in period 3, tied at 1. Thanks for joining us, making it a part of your weekend. As always, folks, your support means the world. Phantoms get the puck deep and will make a line change. Recon first to the puck. Kahn, though, stripped a bit. Good forecheck by Hackstall. Far side, Rusinski on Yurichuk. Wakes him up, puck to the Phantoms. DeHaro left to right, shot snagged by Parsons. A little extra, and Callback's had enough of that garbage. As his goaltender was after the play, getting a lot of contact. Still's got that puck. And Rusinski again trying to be a tough guy, and he's got the only goal for the Phantoms, but all 5'10", 176 pounds of him. He's also an Ohio native. Broadview Heights, Ohio. Two-way forward. Rusinski in dialogue here on the offensive zone draw with Hackstall. Jardine to the right. Phantoms. Hanrahan, the fellas cheering their Phantoms on. LaPointe. Board battle ensues. Pins galore near wall in the Steel end zone. 18:23 in the third. Hextall trying to churn a pass. Gorski sealed him off. Schultz takes a big check, stays on his feet, makes a pass out to center. As Ashton's so good at that. He's so strong on his feet. And that will go a long way for him in the pro game. Took a huge hit there as Hextall flops down, makes a play. Rusinski pushes off Sisson as those two spar. Now bear hug LaPointe, chipped by Gorski into the Youngstown bench. Shots 18-12 Phantoms and a 1-1 score. 17:51 here in the third. Face off directly at the logo at center ice. It'll be Tomko and Messick fighting after it, and it's one-handed by Slies into Chicago territory. Steele in Waterloo next Friday, home Saturday, 3-3 time. 2 home games next weekend. And the Gamblers will come into town on that Sunday. Illuminati's Family Pack Sunday is a nice check, Tomko. Phantoms on the breakout at the red line, stroked in by Messick. Reiniger on the retrieval, takes a check, nails. However, puck is freed to the blue line. Hanrahan lets it go, and it's tracked by Parsons up high. And he'll calmly jump on the rebound to get the whistle. Well, I haven't seen Draxon Crowder yet hop on again since that scrap with Hanrahan in the second. You'd love to see it. You'd love to see at least him get an opportunity, but Steel coaching staff going to make sure that they obviously get their players in the right situations here. And so with Smith and Hage on the face-off in the Steel defensive zone, 1-1 our score here in the third. It's the Phantoms pulling it back. Shot fought off from Parsons at the right point by Murphy. Santilli checks over his man and wins the puck battle to Resendez. Wrister on its way up high. Pops down low, Murphy. Slugs it now for Caesar. Caesar will keep it going now, Smith. Aiden Dyer plugs the center. Santilli there closes. He'll roof it into Steel territory. Trickler is Kahn. Braces for impact, gets the puck on edge here for Dyer, who sleeves his left. Looking for a hard pass to Hage. Loose puck, chipped wide. Hage trying to collect near wall. He'll sputter to the point, right point, pass across to the left as Kalbeck will wiggle it around the horn. 16-20 and a 1-1 score. Valentini getting instructions from his bench, flings it to the net. Fought off there from the goaltender, Malvin Strahl. Teddy Mutrin near wall, drops to the point, freed up Valentini toward beneath the dots, but clogged up. Phantoms get it back to center. Stengram jams a shot. He missed the cage glove side. Hesh will flake it behind the Chicago net. Drips to LaPointe on his backhand. Valentini coughed it up. Hesh recovered. Mutrin and Valentini go far board. Siphoned across. DeHaro pinches. Hesh. Stick detail. Valentini. That's the stuff scouts see. Great. Gets back in the Phantom zone. Lost. Stengram is Omen on the squibber at the blue line. And DeHaro will just jumpstart it himself here with Sobieski as DeHaro over the line, give and go for the Raleigh native. As DeHaro and boards, nice check, Ashton Schultz. Far side, Gorski still trying to elude the trap here. They have a 2-on-1. Ashton Schultz with Teddy Mutrin. Schultz in, crossbar. Second straight night. Now Schultz gets the puck back, shoots, blocked DeHaro. As Schultz pinned on the boards. DeHaro digging for it as well. 14:47 to play, still tied at 1 here in the third. Shots are 19-13 Phantoms. DeHaro gets the puck behind the net. Now near wall will wrap it up, and that's an icing blown off because Jardine beat it by a mile. Gorski drills Jardine. Gorski timbered down as Athletic keep at the line there from Houston. Jardine, far corner. Now Rusinski gets the puck back, threw it out front. Through smearing Hanrahan, picked up. And a tipper is flagged off. Nice Reiniger. Houston threw it to the net, and now the red line. It's Benny Yurichuk heading to the bench. Full-scale change for the Steel. 6 minutes gone by, period 3, right meow. Major red line. Taken down now, Crowder. And Rusinski on the play. Goes to the point. Houston will zing it. Near wall, caught. And collected as Tomko buffered to center. Big check, Comstock took down his man. Neutral zone, Crowder. Goes on his backhand to Tomko, just zesting over the Youngstown line. Drops for Crowder. Him and Hanrahan collide again. And now it's Bannock down the left wing. Toe drag. Bannock tangled up on his knees. Still on Kahn. Kahn eludes Banach. Makes a nice play here to major offensive zone. Off the backboard, Santilli flares ahead. Hage flying in, but right back to the Phantoms line it goes. 13:05 here in the third. Tied at 1. Marchenko got the goal for the steal after a penalty expiring from Dyers. This is iced by the Phantoms. And it's Rusinski from Jardine and Hextall. 12:58 here in regulation as Adam Valentini gets on the ice surface. With Tobias Oman and Teddy Mutrin, Alex Kalbeck and LaPointe. LaPointe near wall there as the Phantoms deploy Messick on the faceoff. Santilli, Carter Murphy, Adam Banach, and it's Jamison Sly. Sly's, after the puck was cleared off him, gets it to the right side. And Santilli will just dump it deep. LaPointe lets Messick do his thing, and the puck is scrubbed here to Valentini. Outlet pass Mutrin, and the Steeler offside. 12:39 to play in the third. We're still tied at 1. You are tuning into Chicago Still Hockey. 1-1 score, period 3. Face off above the Youngstown blue line. Well, Phantoms got to give them some credit. They've really tightened up defensively. Steele, 2 shots this period so far, and big giveaway here. Smith driving the play. He's got Resendez going to the net. Resendez is in. Stopped by Parsons. The rebound over the net. Cesar on a one-touch play. Stop again, Parsons. As he clamps down and covers up, he's got some head contact there and is in a little bit of pain right now. Hudson Gorski going to his goaltender to say, are you good? And let's take a look here. Smith driving the play. Threw it out front and a little chipper stop. And on this, don't see anything right there, but they quick to get that replay off, and it's okay. We're back to business here, but that's a couple more saves for Jack Parsons. And the Phantoms going to the net, and Osborne's got a look here. He shoots. Stop. Parsons sticks with the shooter on the angle and eats that one. So the Phantoms have outshot the Steel. Well, it seems like a lot more than it is, but 14, I want to say 14-2, can't really get the stat up here as Osborne tip play missed the net. Now on the onboard shot, ricocheted, a wraparound look for Smith. He lost his balance. And now Colin Sisson out with the puck, left for Kalbeck. 1-1 remains. Once again, Jack Parsons has done what he's done all year. And now it's Schultz, he can't get by Hanrahan. 11:55 to go in regulation. Now Smith missed the pass, but he, second time a charm, got it to center. Schultz works it in deep. Steele get the full scale change. Hanrahan left for Osborne. Tips Cesar over the line. He's got a man going to the net. Look out. Chance. Oh, what a stop there. Parsons in on Burchill. And now the other way, Tomko on the puck. He's fent down, a call's coming. Osborne had to take a penalty. And Tomko, tired of protecting himself as Osborne sleaze by him, and we get a call coming. Well, Crowder, great pass to draw the call. Tomko's speed, and he seems like he's picked up another level. Had to hook him right there. If you're watching as he went over the line, Tomko was dragged down by Osborne, and so you get a big penalty killer, as I explained earlier. And this one, and a steal power play. 0 for 2 today, 17.2. That's 13th in the USHL overall. Well, the Chicago man advantage. 12th at home ice, if you're curious. Youngstown penalty kills at 10th in the USHL. 77.4 entering the game. And steal set up shot. Reidinger can't hold the line. He's got Jurachuk now to his left. Valentini, Omen, and Mutrin. Neutral zone, 11-11, make a wish here in the third tie to one. Mutrin powering down the wing. Across, a really good chance there. Jurachuk and Omen were in front of the net. Reidinger, nice play. Spatulas in tight. Omen, save there, and a wrister by Strahl. Jurachuk far circle, looking for Mutrin on his 18th birthday as Hanrahan. Couldn't get a full blade. Reininger at the right point, goes across. Jurachuk back to Reininger. Wrister, oh, he just slithered. They might have tipped the post. Reininger now with Omen near wall. Omen, great feed across off the end board. Jurachuk plays it. 1:06 to go on the power play. 1-1 score with 10:28 in the third. Mutrin, Hanrahan sliding to block his pass. Omen, puck support. Gulps Valentini. Wrister, he sorted wide off the board. Jurachuk off a skate there, trying to open up the cross. Ice seam pass. Omen curls down low. Mutrin. Reininger a couple feet from the right circle back to Mutrin. Steele trying to open up now. Omen goes across. Jurachuk on his feet. Back to Reininger. Wrister never got through. Valentini to Omen, a stick in the way. Pinballs back to Omen. Left. Omen, one-timer, missed the nets. One-handed Mutrin again. Omen goes across. Jurachuk shoots. Blocker save. Strahl saw it the whole way. 13 seconds on the kill. Pass. Lopside. Valentini sneaks by, dragging around the right circle. Back to Croskery. Omen in the right circle. Holds on to it. To Croskery. Goes to Valentini. Out of his reach, though. And at the end of the kill, the whole kill is spun out. It's an icing call. But they blow it off. 9:15. We're tied at 1. Well, good puck movement for the steal, but once again, just trying to find those second chances. As Rusinski away from the puck. Gockler ices this one now. They have let it go as well. Sisson collides, and now Schultz tangled up behind the Youngstown net. And the Phantoms around with the puck until Gockler took it away. Luke Gockler behind the net. Flips, looking for Sisson. DeHaro stick checks him. And now the Phantoms the other way. Jardine, a 3-on-2 rush potentially. Trying to coast it as he's sealed off by Gorski as Jardine. Near corner, Jardine can't keep the line. Back to this Phantom zone. Jardine picks it up, still changing behind the play. Jardine with 8:27 in the third. Rusinski almost touched that one intentionally, but we play on D to D. Phantoms slug it and briskly into Steel territory. Kahn first on it. Kahn just absorbs the Rusinski body frame, and now at the defensive zone red line, Schultz ices the puck. They're going to say that's waved off as well. Now Dyer in on the forecheck. Murphy coughed it up here to Tomko. It looks like he's just at an extra level. Dyer collides with Murphy. 1-1 with 7:47, period 3. Welcoming Youngstown Nation is now Crowder looking left off a twig. Murphy left as the Phams bench alerting Messick, or yes, it is Messick, on an incoming Steel player going after him as Messick missed Comair. And now Jurachuk. Shots 24-17. He'll Rip it, still changing behind the play. Now a takeaway, Mutrin, great, away from the puck. Starts and stops far boards, but not quickly. As Mutrin relays for Hage, left point. Callback to Reiniger, lets it go. Deflected up high. Good look as Callback webbing it now for Benny Yurichuk. On his backhand, Benny. Reiniger blue line. Stamps it right. Phantom lost his twig. That's Messick. Now a chance. Sharp angle stop. Hage denied. Messick. A hot mess, no pun intended. Gets his stick picked up. Meanwhile, Mutrin drops to the left point. Callback will stir it behind the net. Good shift here on the forecheck. 6:40 and ticking 1-1 in the third. Reiniger shot. Deflection stop. Stall. Straw, I beg your pardon. Reiniger at the blue line. Looking for Mutrin. As Houston pummeled it but not out. Keep by Callback, Omen. Fantastic shift for the Steel here. Callback, Steeler changing enforcements behind the play. Alex just roaring through ice here to get a fresh Adam Valentini of the ice. Shoots a wrister, popped down a straw, and he can't get the whistle now. Reiniger keeps going behind the net. Chris Reiniger circles the wagon. Back to Callback, blue line to Omen, right circle. Steel changing behind the play. Valentini shot blocked. Messick with no stick again. Sizzin across. Kahn boxes out, trying to tee up Valentini. Great shift here for Chicago, trying to get one. Comstock left for Kahn. Fake the shot. Messick diving, can't get to it. Finally, Banach beneath the Jumbotron. Field still trying to catch the Phantoms changing. Sizzin down the right wing, threw it out front. Smith cut off Omen, the intended receiver. As the clock chews on, 1-1 remains. Still give it away at the logo. Smith will rip it in. Stopped by Parsons. Comstock left as Comair flights Valentini at the red line. He collides with Smith. Got to give Smith some credit as Valentini. Love it. Taking no prisoners in front of the bench areas. Meanwhile, it's Kahn slamming it off the boards. Zips back to the Phantom zone. But eludes a couple of players and rolls into Steel territory. Tied at 1, 4:50 to play. We haven't had a stoppage in some time. Crowder off a leg there. Phantom possession. Hanrahan, who fought Crowder earlier in the second. What a scrap that was. Reminded me of yesterday's Four Nations, which is incredible, by the way. And I was totally fooled on that one. As right now, Steel trying to get the go-ahead goal late in the third. LaPointe. Stretch pass from Yurchuk, drops to Crowder, shot to that, why not, is fought off by the netminder Melvin Strahl. And now Gockler forced to eat it. A takeaway. Hesh is going to have a lane here. He'll chop one. LaPointe back on the coverage, got in the way. Far wall, LaPointe. With some cheers from the Fox Valley faithful. Tied at 1, 4:05 to play here in the third. Crowder lifted off the puck as Gockler sprung it deep behind the Phantoms net. Phantoms, Sobieski, stripped by Schultz. Schultz, second time, looking for Mutrin. Mutrin away from DeHaro. To the blue line, Reiniger to the left side. Callback, shoots, deflection. Schultz, chance was tangled up there. And now the Phantoms, Rusinski the other way in transition. Ooh, was teed up there. Callback and Tomko collide to make a play. Schultz the other way, toe drag on his backhand, looking on off of Santilli. Diving flake is made by Jardine with 3:20 to go in regulation. Tied at 1. Comstock off a twig. Rusinski off the leg of Comstock. Kahn fetches in his defensive zone. Comstock trips down, takes a tumble shot. Murphy ricocheted stop there by Parsons. Rusinski keeps the puck alive. Hit his own teammate, Santilli. Dyer spins. Extra effort, Schultz. Love it. Gets it out. Everyone retags. Just chaos in front of the Steel benches. Mutrin needs a change. Rocketed into the Phantom zone. Sizzin dodges Santilli. He'll wand it near wall. No one there except Youngstown. Gorski on a knee. Fielded but forced out by Banach. 1-1 score late in the third. Neutral zone. Banach took it away. Flights LaPointe. Now Parsons comes out to play the puck. I love it. beneath the hash mark. Jack's got it. As we get a whistle stoppage of play, 2:27 to go in this one. Well, I don't know if we go to stoppage here because it's under 3 minutes to play in regulation, so PA Jim Leo might disappoint the Fox Valley faithful here. Well, Steeler making a line change in their defensive zone and a 1-1 score. Shots 24-18. The Phantoms right now. We got to play, boys. Let's go. Tomko and Messick on the call here in the Steel zone. Are we going to have overtime again? I don't know. As Spanak takes it free, shoots, blocked by Callbeck. Yurichuk. Great job there, Reiniger away from the play. Kid's going to be, he's just heck of a college player and pro. Chris Reiniger. Near wall, Reiniger trying to get to it. Spanak, though. 2-minute warning from Fox Valley Ice Arena. It's the Phantoms with speed over the Chicago line. Houston dropped, stopped by Parsons, who absorbs it. Jack continues to shine once again, keeping the Steel involved as Houston shares a laugh with Reiniger. Well, you don't see that often, these two teams with some disdain with each other, and I think, I don't know anybody that is against Chris Reiniger's camp. The kid's just, that's why I called him a lot of different nicknames, like from Dorito Loco to Frat Star to Chris Reiniger, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1 our score, $1:54 face-off here in the Steel zone, period 3, folks. Smith wins it cleanly, hand-to-hand shot. Off a glove. Kahn playing without a glove here. On his backhand, he'll scathe it. Now to Omit. Tiptoes in front of the Youngstown bench. Mutrin dug it free, but Steel at the retag, and Hanrahan's got his defensive partner, Connor DeHaro. Now look out, a lead lane pass. It's going to be a chance for Resendez. Glove save by Parsons. Take a seat, pal. Smith, a little gremlin out there, trying to get involved, and he's just thrown in by Reed Kahn to the ice surface. Well, after the play, a little snow shower to Jack, and just had enough of that act as Reed Kahn and Mutrin give Smith a little heckling, and big save. Folks, you can't take this goaltending for granted here. What Jack Parsons is doing, he's done all year with the Chicago Steel, and that is a semi-breakaway on Landon Resendez, a huge stop. If the Steel win this game, remember that save. And remember the other 10 that are very similar point-blank chances. The Phantoms have been the better team the last 40 minutes of play. We're not out of regulation yet. 1-1 our score, $1:22 here in the regulation period. And it's interesting. It's a mismatch. Youngstown's a team in the corners that they bully you, and I think the Steel, they've baited that a little bit. They played their game well last night, but they've had pockets here they've played well. But the Phantoms, that's how they want to play, and the Steel are not a heavy loaded team. And you get Jackson Crowder and Cambriere, who hasn't played since the last 3 weeks, but that doesn't do any good today. Tip here, Osborne on the way to the net. Trickles. We saw that stretch of possession the Steel had, a couple of them, even moments ago, but teams have exchanged chances. And with $1:05, it's Yurichuk parked behind his own net. He'll swing it hard for Reiniger. Unloads the red line. Gockler gets it deep. 55 seconds in regulation. Phantoms in a 1-1 score in the breakout now. It's Buffalo Sabre prospect Luke Osborne crackling one ahead as Matvey Budkovsky pinned up by Hudson Gorski, named after the Hudson River. Valentini twigs it, but DeHaro pinching at the neutral zone line, got it. Scurried along back behind Jack Parsons. Saw a couple of Jack Parsons jerseys. Tidal Wave Sports really deploying a great job. One of them was the fancy military auction, and then we got all the Taylor Swift shenanigan beautiful sweaters on her fiasco. Teddy tumble is 8 seconds to neutral zone. Yudkowski swings a grounder. Oh, had eyes, perfectly played by Parsons on the far side, and that'll do it. Still get a point this afternoon. Well, will the luck be on the Steel side tonight? Here in overtime, we're going to find out. The Phantoms took round 1 in OT. Are they going to do it again? 1-1 our score, 60 minutes. Not enough between these two teams. Overtime next from Fox Valley Ice Arena.
You are tuning into Overtime Edition.
Chicago Steel Hockey. Once again, Steel pick up a point. Well, let's see, just for standings purposes this afternoon, and we still got one in Dubuque. Rough Riders are coming hard. Dubuque a 4-3 lead. Madison 4-1 over Des Moines. 2-1 Sioux Falls over Fargo. But still got, I mean, you can't, 1 point doesn't do it anymore. You got to get the full 2, and they know that. Reiniger, Yurichuk, and Kahn right now. It's Messick, Bannock, and Osborne for Youngstown. So still need to pick up 2 points here. This isn't a one thing. As right now we're ready to go. Again, overtime records, Youngstown 9-1. They've won 3 of those in overtime, 6 in a shootout. Chicago 2-5. As we are underway for overtime, Kahn pulls it back and goes to the bench. Schultz hops on. Meanwhile, Reiniger behind his own net. Bannock was the hero last night. Tonight, Schultz powers to center, down the wing. Ashton will ribbon fake the pass back, and now he'll zip it back safely in the neutral zone. First 30 seconds of OT. These two teams meet again in Youngstown for 2 toward the end of the year. Here's Schultz now from Yurichuk. Fakes the pass. Escorts behind the net. Yurichuk with Bannock on him. Still make a change here. 2 of them. Gorski is fresh from the bench. Sisson is fresh. Yurichuk is in the neutral zone here. And Yurichuk running out of real estate. Gorski will drive into the end zone here. Osborne shoves him off the puck. Phantoms with possession here. As Osborne lugs Yurichuk in front of his own bench. Looking to make a change. He's going to stay out there. Messick now slithering in. Arister, he hit the crossbar. Back off. Gorski will pick it up. 3:33 tied and 1 here in overtime. Marchenko, the goal scorer for Chicago. And Rusinski is Sisson driving the play. Stays on his feet as he gets hit by Slies, and now possession back to Osborne. Buffalo Sabres prospect for a lot of reasons as he can skate. Moves it up to Rusinski. Reiniger got a piece, but not enough. Rusinski stirs the pot, and he's got an opening here on the left side. It's Sobieski. Casimir will drive Rusinski. Now it's the Phantoms' turn to play offense. They'll back up. Reiniger needs a change. He'll get it. Kahn's on. Sisson calling for a change. Slies in front of the Chicago bench. Omen's on. Gockler will fake left at Slies now. Worming his way into Steel territory. Sly. Jamison Slies. One touch play. Rusinski was in the fringe of the right dot. Will retreat now for Slies. They'll exchange Now Sobieski back toward the slot. His chance, glove save, rebound, and it pops on the side of the net by Rusinski, who's got the Youngstown marker. Jardine and Hextall, the helpers on it. In the second, Dyer and Reiniger for the steal, the helpers on the first one. 2:18 overtime, tied at 1. Shots are 26-19 unofficially. Reed Kahn will just calm it down behind his own net. Quiet Fox Valley faithful. Teddy Mutrin looking for a birthday gift. Going down the left wing on his backhand. Puck pops off his twig. And Teddy back to the red line will display a nice showcase of skating and skill and drop for Omen. Omen flying into the Phantom zone, protects the puck. And he's tied up here. Smith on his tail, but Omen calmly sticks with it at the red line. Throttles Mutrin, but still need to reset. Already 90 seconds to go in overtime. Tied at 1. Mutrin one more time. Fakes the entry, restarts. Need a change. Gorski, Schultz, and Dyer, your trio now. Schultz gets the drop from Gorski. Steal. You can hear the bench saying, go. Schultz going to the net. Forehand zipper stopped. Looked like it may have hit the head of Straw up and out of play, or the logo, and or both. Good look for Ashton Schultz. Tied at 1 remains. The other news, as I mentioned before overtime, he's been the hardest goaltender in overtime. The Phantoms are 6-1 in the shootout. The Steel have 1 shootout win and 1 try. So we're not there yet. As I said yesterday, $1:15 to go. Offensive zone draw for Ashton Schultz. Aiden Dyer to the right. It's won by Messick. He'll sleaze Osborne. Bannock out here. Phantoms looking for the sweep this weekend. Messick drops for Bannock. Bannock starting and stopping. He'll just drop for Messick and a stop Parsons there. But the puck freed up. Schultz has it, looking for Dyer. Could be a 2-on-1. Schultz from the Fox Valley faithful charging in. Schultz behind the net, still holding on to it, looking for enforcements, but Bannock down the other way as Reiniger cautiously on him. Meanwhile, Schultz can't get a change here. And Bannock holds on to it, 30 seconds in overtime. Osborne gets a lane, shoots, fan on it. Reiniger looking to get possession. Schultz has to wing it ahead to Dyer. Aiden Dyer gets a lead pass in the Youngstown zone. Trying to pass himself. He's cut off there beautifully by Hextall, the Rolling Hills native. Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Here he is. Hextall shot off of Reiniger, far wall. 5 seconds in overtime. Steele peel it out. That will not be an icing call, but the clock is going to run deep. We're going to a shootout at a 1-1 score from the Fox Valley Ice Arena. Well, Phams played tight. There's a chance. Schultz, and man, he's got to be gassed right now on the Chicago bench. As I mentioned, all I know in terms of stats, the Phantoms 11 of 18. You know, so they have a high execution rate. No one else, to put it in perspective, in the USHL has, well, 7 shootout games played. Now 8 for Youngstown it'll be. But double digits in goals for it. The Phantoms 11 of 18. The Steel a subtle 1 for 2. And that shootout went a long time ago. That was earlier in the year. The 3rd game of the year against Muskegon on September 27th. So for Chicago, they work on this in practice every week. But Jack Parsons against Melvin Straw. As the Phantoms are going to shoot first. And they'll mail out Evan Jardine against Jack Parsons in the shootout. Round 1, top of the first. Jardine waiting for the call here in the shootout. He'll get it. He picks the puck up. He'll slowly go to his right. Jardine, hash marks, fakes to the backhand. Pretty goal. And now it's going to be Tobias Oman looking to equalize for Chicago. Bottom of the first. Oman gets the call. He'll coil right slowly, puts on the brakes, front of the hash marks, score! Tied at 1 through 1 round. Love that move. Between the legs, 5-hole. Straw doesn't like it. And now it's Spanak. He'll get the call. He'll go right. Badak with more speed now. And he got denied on the backhand. Parsons just a piece, all he needed. Steele looking for the lead here in the bottom of the second in a 1-1 shootout. 1-1 in the shootout. Colin Sisson. So Parsons missed the poke check, but he still got away with it on the left pad. Here's Sisson, gets the call. He quickly zooms in, shoots, blocker save. Straw. Top of the third. Phantoms looking to take the lead. Osborne will be the shooter. The Buffalo Sabres prospects. Is booed right now. He slowly gets the puck. Left-handed shot to the right. Osborne missed the net. Steele can win it here. And they will elect Ashton Schultz as the shooter, can be the hero. Schultz gets the call. They'll pick the puck up slowly to his left. Schultz shoots, he missed. Absolute smoke on that thing, but we're in extras. Top of the fourth. It's going to be Ryan Rusinski for the Phantoms getting the call. Whistle blows. Rusinski picks it up softly to his left, right. Down the right side over the dot. Rusinski slowly scores. Waits out Parsons, and the Phantoms take the lead here in the top of the fourth. Still need to tie it now. And it's Benny Yurichuk, Chicago's hope. Yurichuk gets the call. He'll slink right. Yurichuk slowly in. Waits. Stopped by Straw. Game over. Phantoms win it. Happy smiles and a bus ride home for the Phantoms. And they sweep the weekend over the Steel in the overtime period. Chuck of pucks deployed. Well, tough one. Tough was waiting. Similar move to Rusinski, the hero for Youngstown, who gets the only goal for the Phantoms. And for the Steel, it's tough because you need both those points that they lost in the standings. You don't get them. Played their hearts out again, but you got to give credit, I think, to Youngstown on this one again. They give up the lead. They stay away from the penalty box, as we talked about in our Comfort and Suites keys of the game, and they shut down the Steel for the most part in that second half of the game. There were some good stretches. The Steel had some looks, but the Phantoms get the extra point, and a tough one for the Steel here on home ice. Well, Arseny Marchenko, the goal for Chicago. Aiden Dyer and Chris Reiniger are the helpers on Marchenko's second of the year. This was after a nice penalty kill, and we'll talk about that. The penalty kill was excellent for the Steel this weekend. As out of the box, that was almost a shorthanded goal. What a pretty play, too. And it makes you wonder, too. You get such a pretty goal, and how does it not happen again? The Phantoms, they took it to the Steel. There's a great scrap in the second period. The Steel 1-0 lead. It was Hanrahan and Crowder going at it. And Rusinski, that was a great scrap. I mean, Crowder, I thought, had the edge, but it was taken down ultimately. And eventually the Phantoms able to get the tying goal. Rusinski at 15:33 from Jardine and Hextall. And that was just a fortuitous bounce in the Steel zone off the dasher. Parsons made the original save, but another kind of wedge play where Hextall fed Jardine. Rusinski wide open and is able to bury it. And in the third, Parsons made so many big saves, I thought, that kept his team in this hockey game. And quite frankly, tough not to get the extra point for the kid whose 4-game win streak stats, but the Steelers back on the road as in the shootout. Your scores. Mersinski gets the game winner. Oman was able to plug one for Chicago, but overall, the extra point to the Phantoms as well, and the hero once again, Ryan Mersinski. Folks, that'll do it for the broadcast. Final shots, 28-20 Phantoms. The score on the board that matters, the Phantoms 2, and the Steel 1 in a shootout. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast here this evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, folks. Good nights.